Hello everybody, welcome to Life with Paxi Waxy. Today we'll be doing a video about making baby food. Now this is not a video about making baby food from scratch, but it is from using baby cereal and a fruit or vegetable of your choice. If you're using Stage 2 foods, and a lot of those foods are mixed with fruits and vegetables, especially of the beech nut line, which I really like. I like the beech nut 100% natural line. They also have an organic line, which I use for my son. When he first started eating solids, that was about a little over a month ago, and I would boil out the fruit or vegetable, but I really don't have time to do that anymore, so I ended up transferring or starting to use the beech nut natural and organic line. So here we go. The first thing you want to do is wash your hands, because anytime you make a baby bottle or food, you really want to make sure your hands are really nice and clean. So I'm using Palmolive antibacterial soap, which I need to replace. But you're going to wash your hands really well, thoroughly, in between. Babies are highly susceptible to infections and bacteria at this stage. My son, Pax, he is 5.5 months now, so his liking of solids are pretty advanced. He's tried, I think, almost all of the Stage 1 foods. He's now into Stage 2. So he really enjoys the Honeycrisp apples, and it's only half gone now because I actually, when I try something new with him, and this is really advisable, is to try half of it first. One day, if the baby doesn't break out, the next day or the following day, try the other half. Now, for the baby food, once you open it, you really should use it in 2 or 3 days. I would definitely not recommend using it after that. But it should be closed and refrigerated after you open it, which you're going to do. And I like using a mug to make the baby food in. I think it stays consistent in there. I do have a video about feeding the baby on your lap as opposed to in a high chair. Check that video out as well. So today we're going to be using a mug. I prefer using this mug. It's a nice strong mug. And I've already pre-boiled water. I really like using the electric kettle, even when I make his bottles. He's transitioning from, or kind of back and forth, from breast milk to formula. So whether I am actually warming a bottle for him that's been refrigerated breast milk, the electric kettle is so much quicker than, and I don't like using microwaves. I don't believe in using microwaves. I know some of you guys are going to have a hissy fit about that, but I don't like using microwaves, especially for baby food. I prefer to put the bottle in a cup or in a container and put the hot water around it and let it sit for a couple minutes, and it heats up pretty well. So anyway, we're going back to this. We're using water from a electric kettle, and you can't see this, but I'm going to bring it to you. It is about 1/3 of the cup, and as I tilt it, of course, you're not going to see it, but that's fine. It's about 1/3 of the cup, so that's about 4 ounces in this case. And I'm not going to measure it out because I already know how much I use. So with the beech nut oatmeal baby cereal, which I love to use, it's about 4 to 5 scoops, and the scoops I'm referring to all the scoops that come into the baby formula. So you're using 4 to 5 of these. You can increase it if you'd like, or use less if your baby's not used to having it as thick, but Pax is. So I estimate it by eye now because I've been doing it for a few weeks, and that is about 5 scoops. And we're going to mix it around. The warm water also helps the baby cereal dissolve a lot better. You definitely don't want to use the baby cereal in cold water, which I've seen some parents do. So we're mixing this, and I mix it just for a good 30 seconds to make sure it dissolves well. And of course, the mug is a little warm to touch, so be careful. Just going to mix it a little bit more. Make sure all the oatmeal cereal also is dissolved. When you use warm water, they dissolve a lot quicker, so you don't get lumps. Like you see this smooth consistently. I'll come over to the camera. It's smooth consistency. It's really quite smooth. There's no lumps in there. Again, using the warm water ensures that the baby cereal is dissolved really well. Okay, and so now we are going to come back over here to the counter and add Now, if your baby has tried the baby food already, then you can obviously increase your amount of baby food that you're going to be putting into the cereal. He's tried this already, so it's about 2/5 of the bottle. But I'm going to use all of this into his oatmeal cereal. He's going to love this because he really does love the Honeycrisp apples. And you continue to stir it. You just stir it in there, make sure it's mixed well. Hi everybody, I'm so sorry, I had to take a quick break there just to make sure the baby's okay. He's actually in his walker, but he thinks he can go everywhere in his walker, and obviously not. But to conclude this video, this is a great, simple, easy way to make baby food. I know some people actually feed the babies the food directly from the jar. I personally don't think it's thick enough, and I can make, this is what, 4.25 ounces. I can make 5 or 6 ounces from half the jar. I'm using baby cereal, and I feel like it's a lot thicker for him. He eats about every 2.5 hours, and it holds him over to the next feeding time with no fussiness. So try it. Let me know what you think. In the meantime, I'm going to go feed baby Max.